This is the first in a series of things that we're going to do with our schools. I don't think it serves any purpose to go back and revisit past. I think it only serves purpose to go forward and look at where we're going. And one of the ways to go forward and look at where we're going is to try and build and bridge differences and similarities by getting together as often as we can.
It's huge that these two local schools can come together and learn this history because it's their history essentially. And we all know that learning the past is what helps us in the present and the future. So that's why it's huge for these schools to come together and learn these types of things.
So you start to see the hospitality industry developing here at that time period. People need places to stay. What else do you need?
Clothes.
Clothes. What else do you need? Food. So that industry started to develop here at that time period.
History is not something that's like a perfect slice of pie or a piece of cake. Unfortunately, it can be a little scary and it can be a little uncomfortable, but just acknowledging that and still making the right step forward is a huge step in the right direction.
What word would you use to describe how you feel being free for the first time in your life? Relieved. What would you feel?
I'd say more powerful.
Okay. Now, do you think people today may feel those exact same things when it comes to journeys that they're making? It's universal, right? But you had to sacrifice and leave others behind. How does that feel?
I think I would feel like I'm free physically, but like emotionally I'm still kind of in a box because everyone's over there, but I'm here, I don't have to worry about that.
Who's happy? Who's happy knowing that right now? Anybody feel relieved right now? Because they had to leave others behind? You see how that feels? Do you think that people today even feel that way? Where they may have had to take a journey from one place to another, or they may have had to make a transition in their life and they had to leave others behind. You think people feel like that today? It's universal, right? So freedom is not an individual thing. Freedom is really a collective idea, a collective concept. Meaning, you are as free as your ability to help ensure the freedom of others. Does that make sense to everybody?
Some of the things about this place, like being included, bringing both schools together, you can really feel it like inside yourself, and it really makes you think about like what other people have to go through and how much it can affect you as a person. Especially being talked to by Mr. Allah, he really brought like the effect that this place has on other people. Like, in my head, I'll probably be thinking about this for the rest of the night, maybe a couple weeks.
I feel like that since we all came together, it's more of an eye-opener for all of us. We can all see each other's sides, how each of our cultures are different or our societies are different, and we can all build bonds together and try to break down the barriers.
I thought it was super interesting to get to know really what happened in the past and our country's history, our like hometown's history. It was nice to meet new people, kind of learn that experience with them.
Just like Mr. Saladin just said, somebody taught you that. Somewhere you learned to hate somebody because of something, right? Maybe it wasn't your parents, maybe it was a friend, maybe it was TV, maybe it was who knows what. But the only way we move past these things is when we educate ourselves and we educate other people. And like Mr. Saladin said, it's one thing to say like, oh, I got black friends. But will you stand up for those black friends? And vice versa. So what I wanted to do, or what we all wanted to do, kind of coming together, was just bring an opportunity to bring these things to conversation.
It was a bit awkward today, but sometimes for change to happen, I feel like you need to be in an awkward position. And, you know, after the awkward position, you realize that, oh, this was needed and something actually came from this.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway was definitely that you could try and say you're an activist and by just saying it, but not actually doing it. But you have to it's really challenging to put yourself in those shoes and to just
really like be there for everybody, you know, and like actually like make the steps that are important to change.
And I feel like correction is a long process. This was only a first step. We're gonna need more to like integrate this and let people know like what happened really wasn't okay and that we need to share these experiences. So there's more that has to go on, but I think this was a good first step.